Hello everyone, welcome to Downtown Tailoring. I've been wanting to make this video for some time. It's a very easy but magical alteration, or let's say repair, in a pair of jeans. It has a rip and the rip is very close to the seam. The reason why I wanted to show to you how to do it is because most of the people that I know make that alteration and then it ripped again after the customer wear it for the first or the second time. So I wanted to show you how to make this alteration very safe, and I wanted to consult to you something. Is just an opinion, so at the end of the video I wanted to show you something and ask you a question. So let's go. These are the jeans that need to be repaired, and I really wanted to make this video for you, as I've seen very often that many of my colleagues takes an approach that breaks as soon as the customer wear the pants. This repair is made in 3 steps, which are sewing, cleaning, and patching. Unfortunately, most of the people understand that the sewing step will be enough. As you can see, the rip is still held by threads, but honestly they are just in the way. So I'm gonna help that rip by cutting all that little thread with the scissors. I tried to cut it very well, but still you can see a little bit of thread there. So I went back and carefully removed all these little links. My step 1 is completed, and this is what I have. Additionally, you could use fray check to secure a little better this raw edge, but you don't need it. Use just a little bit and spread it evenly. Yeah, probably it looks cleaner. The second step is sewing. You might be inclined to push the center seam a little bit in to the right side, but I wouldn't recommend it for several reasons. Your best bet is to barely cover the ripped part. I'm gonna start by making a ladder stitch, and I have to start very close to the edge, making my first ladder very small, like a 1 millimeter or so. Then I'm going to increase this ladder with the following stitch. I started where the material was still well, and then slowly went to the ripped material. Now I'm pulling them all together, and I would recommend not to make too many stitches before pulling them. I myself prefer to pull them each time that I make a stitch to get consistency. Now I arrived to the other part where the rip was a little bit further down. And at this moment I'm just trying to find a way to stitch it, but not really too much. And just like that, I have my second step done, and I'm gonna work with the patch now. Usually I try to find the same kind of denim. This one, for example, is a stretchy one. The third part of our job is to patch it. I usually try to find the same kind of denim. This one, for example, is a stretchy denim. But what I found that is the most important is to keep in mind the grain of the fabric. If I align patch and jeans grain of the fabric, the two pieces will work better together, making the pants way more comfortable. So I'm making sure that both grains are aligned, and then I'm gonna mark the patch following exactly the same pattern as the original pants. I added in the center line a little bit of extensions, kind of some circular tabs, but you don't really need that. So I'm cutting my patch, and I like always to use a zigzag or pinking shear scissors. As I said before, if you find too uncomfortable, leave the extensions, just don't do it. Now is the time to glue my patches, and of course, I'm gonna use hem fusing tape. I accommodated that the part of the patch is completely flat, and I usually like to glue the patch at the edge only, but a lot of my colleagues, I'd say 50% of them, prefer to glue everything. Me, as you might know, I am a control freak, so I prefer to have certain flexibility while I'm sewing. so I can move the edges of the holes or things like that. This is why I glue just the edges, but of course all around. Now that my patch is all glue, you can appreciate that following the pattern of the pants make the patch very flexible. So my last thing, as you might know, is to find the perfect thread for my jeans. As you can see, or as you might not see, I have a few threads that they all look really good. In that cases where I have two threads that are so good, I use the darker or the more bluish for the top and the more grayish for the bottom. And loosen a little bit the tension of the bobbin, and that combination is chef kiss. Then I'm going to start making stitches, taking into consideration that I'm going to follow the grain of the fabric in order to make those stitches invisible. It's worth to mention that I reduce the length of the stitches at 2 or 1.8. I keep sewing all around, making parallel stitches. Let me show you at the back how it looks. I'm almost done, and I'm just gonna secure those tabs that I did with a few stitches. It doesn't have to be too much. The reason for my tabs is just to make the patch a little bit stronger. And please let me know in the comments if sometimes your patches or repair have broken a little bit too soon. In the meantime, I want to present you magic. Look how even I did a strong patch, still the pants keep its flexibility and is almost invisible. You can see the stitches inside, but not really at the outside. Someone asked me in one of my comments if I filter or somehow the alterations. But I'm gonna tell you, although this pant is super strong, it's almost invisible, and what you can see in your screen is what is done. I wanted to ask you a question. I know it's a consultation for you because, I got that shirt. It's supposed to be big. It's like a boyfriend shirt, but I feel like this fabric, is kind of not for that kind. But, always my first thing is to reduce here the shoulders, but I'm not sure if will be like too close. So my question is, of course I have to raise the shoulders, but do you think that I should as well kind of, oh my gosh, kind of cut it a little bit and put it like very form-fitted, or just like in between? Let me know in the comments. Bye!